This is our Aqua Skin Facial machine, and I just wanted to give you a little tour and demo the different functions that it has. So typically when you start a facial, you would do a manual cleanse, and then you would go to the dermal cleansing. And to get there, you touch the circle here. You choose the bottle. You have 4 different bottles. You can set up your solutions in the morning. So you can prep your bottles. You might do cucumber, facial toner, salicylic, a hyaluronic. There's a lot of different solutions we have. And then you have your bottles all prepped in the morning. And then when you're ready to start, you just touch the bottle you want to use. So we would touch the first bottle. I would grab my wand and then touch this to get the motor running. And to get solution to the wand, what you want to do is push this red switch up. Up means solution to the knob, to the handpiece, and center is solution nowhere, and down would be solution back to the bottle. We'll show you that function in a little bit. But now I'm trying to get solution to the wand, so I put the red switch up. I turn this solution knob, and then the solution's going to quickly come here. And I really just have my thumb over it to prevent the solution from going all over the floor. And then once I get solution to the wand, which takes only about 10 seconds, I turn the wand down, the solution down to where I like it. And then this knob is the vacuum, and that gives me how much pressure it is for sucking up the solution off of my client's face. So I'm going to turn it back so you can see in the front. So if I have it all the way up to high, it's quite a strong suction, but on a client's face, you wouldn't have it that high. You would turn it down, and then I'm just going to demonstrate on my arm for right now. And you would just slide it along their face like so. And we'll demo that in another video for you. And you can see it might get a little bit red, but that's just because my skin is sensitive. By the end of your facial, it's not, your client's face is not going to be red unless their skin is super sensitive like mine is. But you can turn the suction down or up depending on where you like it. And then once you've done the entire face, what you're going to do is you don't need to touch anything on the front. What you have to do is put this red switch down. I turn the solution all the way back up to high. You might even be able to hear that motor running nice and fast. And what it's doing is it's sending the solutions back to the bottle. And there's a couple important reasons that you want to do that, is because that clears the line of any solution that's in there, so that when you go to your next step, you don't have leftover solution A before you go to solution B. The other really nice function of that, besides saving you solution and money, is that it also cleans the line, and that way you're extending the life of your machine because you're not leaving solution in there. So then once all the solution's back to the bottle, you can tell because there's those bubbles there. We put this red switch back to the center for neutral. No solution going anywhere right now. And I'm just going to touch the next bottle I'm going to use. So if I were doing a facial and this is what I want to use next, this solution, I would simply touch that. Notice I didn't turn anything else off on the screen. And then I flip that red switch back to high, put my thumb back over here so that I don't have solution spraying all over the place. And as soon as I have solution here, I turn my solution knob back where I like it, and then I continue my facial. And just go again and go over their face. And then after each step, you see how I have a little bit of solution running down my arm? That tells me, oh, your solution flows a little too high, so turn it down just a tiny bit. And then we go through that same process again. We've done the entire face. So we switch the red switch back down, turn our solution all the way back up. Notice I haven't touched anything else in the front again. And now solution's going back to bottle number 2. And then if I were wanted to do another solution, then as soon as that air bubbles are back there again, I would do the same thing. But for this client, I would just want to use 2 solutions this time. So once the bubbles are there, I put my red switch back to neutral. I don't want solution going anywhere. I turn my solution pump all the way off, and I'm ready to go to my next function. Which for this client, what I want to do is I want to do microcurrent next. So first thing I have to do is turn this off and then touch the next knob the next button that I want to use. Now in someone's face, I would use anywhere from a level 1 to a level 4, but it does go all the way up to a level 9. You would only use those upper numbers on another part of the body. Let's say they had sore muscles or an injury, you would use level 9. Like right now, you can see the circle is not green. That means that it's not even on. So if I were to try it now, I would feel nothing. But once it's green, you know that function is on. So I'm going to demo it for you on a level. I would start like I was going to do it on someone's face. And I would need a conducting gel. So I'd put a conducting gel on my arm or on the person's face, of course. And then I would just simply touch the two little knobs to their skin, and you touch and gently pull. And it's not really a pull, it's just a slide. Touch, slide, touch, slide. And what that does is it gives a very slight electric current that stimulates the muscles and gives kind of, people will call that the non-surgical facelift. So that's kind of what that's doing. And you always start on a level 1, like I said, on someone's face, and then if they don't feel it or it's not strong enough, go up to a 2 slowly, or a 3, possibly a 4, but 4 may even be too high for most people's skin. It would give them a little shock type thing, and they might, you don't want to make your client scream and jump off your table. So I would say definitely start at a 1 for anyone who's never felt microcurrent before, or let them feel it on their arm so that they could get used to it. And then once I've done all of the areas of the face that I want to, I just turn that function off. And you might have noticed while we were talking about it that this timer here was running. Anytime I turn the function off, the timer stops. So this can time your facial for you, but you just need to remember that whenever a function's off, the timer's not running. So let's say I set it for 45 minutes at the beginning. Every time I turn it off, I might get done and it really would have been 50 minutes. So, you need to be aware of that. Now the next function that I might want to use would be LED lights. So this one's already off. So now I touch the circle for the LED lights. How you work these is, as you can see, we have 4 different colors: red, green, blue, and yellow. And you can choose whichever colors you want at a time. Typically 2 different wands you might grab. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the red and the blue wand. And to get those functions started, all I need to do is touch the 2 colors that I want to use. Put the intensity. On lights, I always put the intensity at 9 because I figure why would I want to do a lower intensity. And then I touch the circle. And then you can see the lights are on. One thing I wanted to show you with the red light is actually so strong, it will shine right through my hand. Hopefully you can see this on the video. But my fingers are very tightly closed, and you can see it actually is penetrating my skin. And in person, you can see it actually going all the way through my knuckles. So if you ever are looking for red lights, always check and see if it will go into your skin. Then you know there's actually some benefit going to be done by those lights. The other colors, green, blue, and yellow, the wavelength isn't going to go through your skin, but you can always test a red light this way. So these are meant for spot treatments. They do not get hot. You can touch them right to your client's face. And you would leave them in place for about a minute, minute and a half, and then you could move it to a new spot on their face or any part of the body, obviously. And then if you wanted to switch, obviously just switch your hands and do it on the opposite side. So you would just do different parts of their face that needed it. Maybe where they have little crow's line or laugh lines, you would put the lights on those. And then the same thing, when you're done with a function, you just touch the circle. You can see too that it has flashing and rapid. Rapid is just the speed that it flashes at. Most people just use it on solid one because You should never use flashing with someone that has epilepsy, a pacemaker, or vertigo, because it can make them very dizzy. So I always just use it on solid, just because that's a personal preference of mine, and there really isn't much difference in the benefit you're going to get whether you do solid or you do flashing. So just to be safe, I like to keep it on solid. So then I touch it to turn that function off. I hang my lights back up. And you might have noticed too that on the lights there's a little ring so that you can see which handle to grab. So if I want red and blue, I know which ones to grab, or green and yellow. And I just touch the ones that I'm going to be using. You don't need to turn them all on. And then the next function is the atomizer. So to use that, again, we touch the circle. You open the cup up. We put a little bit of solution in here. Put the cap back on. Touch it. Pull the trigger. And if there was something in here, you would actually spray it out. So when you spray it, you would just gently, very slowly put it on your client's face. And this solution, you can use different things that you might have. We do sell a multivitamin. Turn this off so you can hear me when I talk. We do sell a multivitamin serum that we like for our atomizer, but you're free to use other solutions as well. Same thing in the bottles. We do sell solutions and serums, but you don't have to use ours. The machine comes with a 1-year warranty, and you do not void your warranty by using other solutions. You just have to make sure that they are in a liquid state so that they will run through the solution lines. So that's our little tour of our Aqua Skin Facial machine. You can give us a call or view some of our other videos for more information.